Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream, and today it is a transfer special as we play through the off-season, the mammoth off-season that is the Icelandic Football League. And we're currently September 24th. We will be back, I think. We'll be playing through to like May, so the best part of 8-9 months, and hopefully, well, we're not going to get sacked. We went very close to being sacked at the end of last episode, at the end of the season. Everything seems to have calmed down, but my contract does expire at the end of October. So in about a month's time in game, we will know if we are going to be staying long term. It may turn into a job hunt this episode, but let's hope it's a transfer special. So there's lots and lots to do, and hopefully we'll be here to do it. So a quick reminder of what we have coming into the window. We have a budget of $6,000. We have debt of 600,000 grand, and we have a wage budget of 12.5 grand a week. We're currently spending just under 12 grand a week. So we have a little bit of room, but realistically, I think we need to be doing a little bit of a clear out, and well, we need to find a striker as well because we don't have Mubama so to start next season. So yeah, lots and lots to do. I expect we'll probably have quite a bit of ins and outs as well. I mean, where do I even go after this? I wonder if Welders would take me back. Hello? Mr. Chairman, is this the call? It is. Okay. A new contract? Well, of course that's what I was expecting you to say. So there we go, we have signed a new deal to stay at the club, 1 year extension, same money as we were on before, and well, this time we just need to make sure we finish in the top 3. That is more or less, we see it here? No. If we go to Club Vision, they want a top 3 finish, so this season we just have to deliver it. In fact, let's try and go one better, let's deliver promotion, shall we? Alright, we have celebrated our renewal of the contract with a 1 in, 1 out at centre-back. Josef Seba has left. We got a fee for him, a club record fee, I believe, at £3,400. Now, he was on £500 a week. He was squeaking a little bit, so we've got rid of him. And the player we've got in I'm very, very excited about is Christian Magoma. Now, he's going to be on £170 a week, so an absolute, not even less than half of what Zeba was on. If we have a quick look at him here, he is an absolute tower at the back, jumping reach of 17, good strength as well. The weakness in his game is positioning. That is glaringly obvious, but he can pass the ball. He's not slow by any means. He's probably the fastest defender as well as the tallest, and he's a Congolese international. So I don't see any real downside to this. And with a jumping reach like that, he's going to be an absolute beast from a corner as well. Okay, we have another signing. We have signed a striker, Manny Ostman. He was released by somebody, I forget who it was. Squad player, £325 a week. He will be, I think, first choice unless we can get somebody in on loan. That's even better. But as a striker, which is where we want to play him, he's very, very solid. Maybe lacks a little bit of jumping reach, but everything else there is more or less fine. And, good off the ball, good composure, good anticipation, can finish, first touches there. As I say, I think is he better than Victor Jonsson? I certainly hope so. It was FC Fagerhallen, the team we knocked out of the cup, that he's been released by. So yeah, he'll come in February when the window opens, and we will hopefully get ourselves a very nice striker. Okay, we have another new signing. Now, I am just going to have to be a little bit careful here with having the right amount of squad room, basically. But we've signed a right back, Christian Sheba, £170 a week. So we're going to have Albanians going down the right and down the left. He is an upgrade on what we have already. Good tackling, decent crossing, good physically, good positioning as well. So yeah, I mean, he could fill in at centre-back if we needed him to as well. So really, really happy to get him in. He has been playing, where's he been playing? In Italy, it looks like. Pontedera, that's Italy, isn't it? Yeah, so that's what he's been doing, and he's going to come in, hopefully play well for us. And like I say, just got to be a little bit careful with the squad registration, because what I was not banking on, if we go and have a quick look, so the youth players that just came through our academy don't actually count because they've got to have been at the club for 3 years, which seems a little bit counterintuitive. Like, if they've come through the academy, surely you would want them registered in the squad to count. So yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of a squeeze, making sure everybody gets in. Now, Renatson is on £600 a week. He's not going to renew his contract. Ideally, I'd like to sell him. But he is, again, club trained, like squad trained. So we can't really get rid of him just yet, but equally, I don't want to pay him £600 a week anymore. So these are our little problems we have. All right, we have another signing. It is left back Hafpolson. He is on £200 a week. Now, if you remember Breakthrough Prospect, if you remember last season, we didn't really have anybody to sort of play backup to Egson. So this is going to be our man, and he's okay. He's a young Icelandic player. He's decent physically. He can tackle, he can mark. His positioning's okay. And if he gets forward, it'll be a bonus. But he makes good decisions, so hopefully he'll realise that he can't get forward and just stay back and defend. And if we're looking at his career to date, he's not played much. He has played in our division with Grotta, and that was the year I think that they got promoted. So let's hope that that's an omen and he can take us up as well. All right, so Ziba has officially left us. Back to Croatia he goes, so good luck to him there. He was fine for us, but I just think we were, as I said with Dimitrovsky, I should say. We just tried to just lower wages down as much as possible, and I think we found somebody that was better. And we have signed another player as well, and it is this guy. It is Adel Steinson. Now, this is a £300 a week squad player as a centre-back, and he is, I think, quite good. Now, the glaring weakness in his game, jumping reach and strength, that is without doubt. But look at that position. That positioning is world class. He's got good determination, good technique as well. He can pass the ball, he can tackle. You could argue we could look to turn him into a defensive midfielder as well. But as a squad player, £300 a week, I think that is a very, very good piece of business for us. He was released by Grindavik. I'm not quite sure how you would say that, but he was playing last season in the top flight and playing okay as well, averaging 6.7. And the season before that, again on loan at Grotta, he took them up. Let's hope that these ex-Grotta loanees can do the same for us. All right, we have another out, and it is Lars Slemdahl, ultimately 32 years old, just not quite... well, we signed some good young centre-backs that are Icelandic, so I didn't see the sense in keeping him. There was a part of me that thought retraining him as a defensive midfielder, but ultimately, 32, it's not worth our effort, I don't think. So he was on £275 a week, so we saved that for him, from him, I should say. 8 games he played for us in the league last season. Never really excelled, so I don't think he's going to be missed, is he? Okay, the transfer window has officially opened, which means some signings have shown up. So Manny Osterman, the new striker, he is a rated C by the fans, so let's hope he overachieves on that. Sheba, the new fullback, has arrived. He's a C+. Again, let's hope he goes a little bit better than that. Magoma, I'm very, very confident this guy is going to be very good. He will be a big centre-back back there for us. The fans seem to like him. And then if we go down, we've got another of our young centre-backs that's shown up, Adel Steinson. Yeah, I think he's going to be quite good as well. And the last one is the young fullback. And, well, we didn't have any other left-backs, so hopefully a little bit of competition perhaps for Egson, but he's more here to play as backup. Now, frustratingly, the issue that we have is just the squad registration. None of our youngsters that have come through the intake last season, last intake, they don't count. They've got to already have had 3 years at the club. So we're going to have, I think, 22 players as things stand right now, and like registered to use in the league, which obviously isn't ideal. And it might even be a case of maybe we have to sacrifice the cup this season just to, you know, put the best players into the league. But we'll see how we go. We'll try and get, well, I don't even know if we can strengthen because we don't have any places in the squad. All right, well, you know what? I think given the circumstances, financially and whatnot, I've put together a pretty decent squad for the season. Hello? Mr. Chairman, how can I help you? You've done what? Mate, it's too late. So with all the signings for the season more or less done, April 1st, it's not a joke, unfortunately. We've had our wage budget reduced by £3,000 a week, which is quite significant considering, you know, most of our players are on £500 or less. Most of them are on less than that now. So, yeah, it's just 6 players over. That's absolutely fine. And there's really nothing I can do about it. You know, these contracts are signed. I don't know what they want me to do. But, I mean, the finances are truly horrible. I am not debating that for a moment, but it's too late, mate. It's too late. Okay, we are at game day of our first game of the season, the second round of the Cup, as it's going to be, looks like traditionally our first game of the season. We've drawn Magni. Now, they have just been promoted into our division, so we don't know too much about them. Hopefully, though, they're not going to be too strong. So that'll be how we start the next episode off with the season. But let's go and have a look. We've still got a week to go in the transfer window, but unfortunately, I think we're in quite a danger here of this becoming just a slog to get out of this division, because we're so far over the wage budget, I can't actually offer anybody a new contract right now. Now, the first victim of that, players that are contracts are up, is looking as though it's going to be Thastapon, which my tongue is very pleased with if he's going to leave. But he's basically been, oh, here it is here. Some Thai clubs are coming for him, offered it at the end of his contract. There's nothing I can do about it. I can offer him a new contract for like £40 a week or something. So, yeah, I mean, that's not disastrous. It's not like he's the difference between us going up or not, but could be the first of many, I fear. So, yeah, that's not ideal. But let's have a look at what we've got to work with for the season. And we'll start with goalkeepers. Now, we have 3 goalkeepers registered in the squad. Zitkovic is the first one. Now, his contract is up at the end of the year. I am tempted to maybe try and sell him. He's unhappy anyway because we didn't get promoted last season. I'm tempted to try and sell him and get something for him. This backup is Bernison, and the other goalkeeper that is registered, and that's because he's currently club trained, is this guy, Harvardsson. So yeah, those are the 3 goalkeepers that are registered. Then we've got a couple of others there. This is the young guy that's got quite high potential. Now, I've been looking, I think these guys will be that we got in our youth intake last season, or this season just gone. They will be club trained, so we can register them and count them as club trained sort of at the end of this year, so for next season. So that's not horrible. It's just a little bit of a shame because we're a little bit short of our squad is, I think, 22 players instead of 25 that we've registered. Now at left back, the 2 registered squad players, Eggs on Toast is the first one, and then this guy, Half Pawson, who's looking as though he's training on not too badly. So he's going to be a decent backup / provide competition. Then we've got a couple of other guys that are either on their way out or would like to be on their way out. Centre backs, we've got 4 that are sort of going to rotate. So we've got Adel Stilsteinsen, who is a very decent ball-playing defender for this level, I would imagine. Gunnarsson, who we had last year, is now just a backup option instead of being first choice. We've got Antonsen, who I signed as first choice, but with the addition of Adel Steinston, I'm just saying a bunch of words, syllables, and then son at the end. And the star, I think, signing of the season is Christian Magoma. He has been quite good in the League Cup and also the friendlies in between. So I'm hopeful he's going to do quite well. Then we've got a couple of youngsters that are there, and that's about it. If we go over to right back, we've got another of the big signings, Shiba. Again, big hopes for this guy, and then his backup will be last year's first choice right back in Runarsson. The defensive midfielders, we've got Sayas, who's picked up an injury. He is going to miss the start of the season, but should be back soon after that. Now, thankfully, we've signed him on a contract till 2026, so he's around for a while yet, and Maya is 2025, so we're not going to lose these 2 guys, which is obviously good. And then we've got a youngster here that isn't registered in the squad, and Renata would be sort of third choice there. Midfield, we've got options. We've got the 2 we just saw, but beyond that, we've got Litson, who his contract is up at the end of this year, and he's 36 now. If he gets a new contract, it's going to be on much reduced wages, I would imagine. The Hammer is still around on £600 a week. His contract is up. He's a club player, so if I sell him or look to sell him, then we just basically we're just going to be 1 more player short in the squad, so that's why we've kept him. And the other midfield option is Helgeson, and again, he's a squad-trained player, only on £150 a week though, so very worth keeping around for that. Now, if we go over, look on the right side, we've got Ndongala, and what a player he was for us last season. 100 grand in value as well. Makes me think, could we maybe even look to sell him? Oskarsson, we've got him in as well as a registered squad member, and then Hammer would be sort of a third choice backup. Over on the left hand side, Moha is obviously the star, and then we go down and Dongala can play over there. We've also got the Hammer, Saskafong, and Oskarsson as well. They're all registered in the squad. If we look up top, Saskafong, is he first choice? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure yet. Victor Jonsson is in the squad again. We need him to step up for us this season. We've got the Hammer, obviously, again, as an option. And then the new signing, Ostman. I'm going to be honest, not been good so far. I'm hoping he's saving all these goals for competitive games, because otherwise we've got him for 2025 and he looks completely useless just now. So yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed that that he comes good for us. Now, before we finish the episode, I've kind of teased that we have played the League Cup, sort of that pre-season cup friendly thing. So we've got a couple of group stage games to catch you up on before we go. So let's start that with our first game against last season's league champions in our league, Selfoss. We fell behind at the 7th minute. Litson pulled us level. And then put us ahead. Only for Selfoss to be level again in first half stoppage time. They went back in front just after the break. And got a fourth moments later. And Dongala found Moa to cut their lead to 1. But Selfoss got a 5th. And then a 6th. Before completing our humiliation. So, I mean, they're a good team. Obviously, they won the league last season, and this was before we had our signings come in, new signings. But I mean, that's all just basically excuses. The defense was absolutely horrible, and we just fell apart in the second half. There's no other way around it. You know, we were in front 2-1, and then we just fell to pieces. So lots and lots of work to be done. The next game was against, as I just cheekily checked my notes, Valor. Litson put us ahead, but Valor pulled level on the hour mark and then won it in the 90th minute. So this was a game that we should have won. We really, really should have. Litson missed the second penalty, and then, yeah, we went and lost it in the 90th minute. Ostman up front didn't have a great game, but, yeah, at least the two new defenders had a good one, so that's something, I suppose. Next up, it was Fram. Moa gave us the lead. Fram pulled level from an impossible angle, and then went in front late on, before sealing the points. So, genuinely no idea how they got that first goal in. I mean, this was just last season all over again. 57% possession, same roughly amount of shots that they had, and yeah, we just ended up losing the game anyway. So there we go. That was all the top flight opposition that we had to play in the cup. Next up, it was a team from our own division in Volsunga. Magoma got the only goal in stoppage time. So he's first for the club. I suspect the first of many. He will score a lot of goals like that. And this was finally a game that at least we won it. We waited to the 94th minute, but at least we won it, and we deserved it. 61% possession, loads and loads of shots. Again, Osterman up front. You can see what I mean about how he's not been super impressive. That it's a concern. It is definitely a concern. The final game of the group stage was against, again, another team in our division, HK. Shiba found Saskafong to get the only goal. So this was a decent enough performance from which you can see they missed a very good chance late on to nick a point off of us, but they didn't. We hung on. The pitch was waterlogged. It was a difficult game to play. Magoma, you can see again, played well. Defensively, we were just generally better. And yeah, Saskafong went up front and we actually scored a goal, which is not something that Ostman has been able to do for us. So that was the League Cup for this year. And that was how our group played out. So 6 points, obviously, the goal difference was shot after the first game. Fram was the team that went on to the knockout rounds. And if you're interested, they ended up losing, I think, in the semi-final on penalties. And then it was Vikinger that ended up winning the whole thing. So that was the League Cup, and that is the transfer special. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. As we can see, pre-season there, not great. We were getting better after the League Cup, though. So it's Magni and then Hukar in the league, and that's a team that you'd like to think we could win. They were lower part of the table last season, and we're at home. So let me know how you think we'll do. Take care.